Guys, did you see what Eric posted on Facebook today?
No, go on.
It's insane. Have you heard of this? There's some kind of controversy going on with the green M&M, and Eric is posting images of the green M&M, like Rule 34 on it or her, and he's posting, "This is what Biden took away from us." This is He's posting these images on Facebook, and like his relatives are posting, "Why, Eric? Why would you post this? My child could have seen this." And he's just posting, these are the realities of Joe Biden's America. He does not want us to have beautiful, sexy characters such as the green M&M on television. So we're not going to have this guy on the podcast anytime soon. This kind of behavior, this doesn't really fit with the Tempcast, motto.
We do not sexualize M&Ms on the Tempcast. No, sir or ma'am.
No, we don't. And so we have kind of a crisis situation here because we don't have Eric Sander anymore.
I would almost say this is like the fourth Crysis to come out since he took that red pill and started actively hating Joe Biden.
Yeah, thankfully, we found a great replacement. Joining us from Xbox Live is Jordan, also known as Eric Zander's doppelganger, and Krista, also known as Chari. I'd clap right now, but my soundboard isn't working, so there's that.
Wow, that is some weak applause. I left the COD lobbies for this.
Just imagine, how can one person make a good applause, though? It's only a single clap.
So what you do is you record the sound and then you go into your audio editor and just clone it so it sounds like a bunch of people.
You know what? I'll probably do that. I'll probably do exactly that. But yeah.
Oh, cool.
Speaking of this Crysis situation, Crysis 4 just got announced. I know, Jordan, you're a big Crysis guy. What do you think about this? Do you think
I can't wait for...
do they have what they have in them?
They do. I can't wait for more GPUs to melt. Oh my god! Yes.
I just want your opinion, man.
Yes, I'm such a big Crysis fan that I've played none of them. I can't wait for GPUs to melt and brand new spec'd out PCs to not be able to run it, and for the "Can it run Crysis" memes to continue. That is my entire take on Crysis 4.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, which is all of you listening right now, this is the second time I'm recording this episode. The first time it was with Steven. And Steven, he's like in a coma or something. He was just so inactive during the entire episode. So we're just recording it again with Krista and Jordan instead. And we actually talked about all these topics, and this is so weird talking about them again. And really, there's nothing here to talk about other than the fact that Crytek... at some point, they disbanded or something. I don't know. They ran out of money to create games because they released Crysis 3. That was a big budget game, and they were low on money, so they tried a couple of other gigs. They made Homefront 2. I think they made Warframe, or they developed the engine for Warframe. I'm confused. Probably should have done more research on this topic before talking about it.
Especially now that you've done it twice.
Yeah, you're kind of right. But they ran out of money. But then they re-released the entire trilogy, remastered for the Switch as well. And I guess that was enough money for them to start developing a fourth one, which is great. I love Crysis. I love the games. I played all of them. Really fun, underappreciated games. I even like Crysis 2. I think that's actually my favorite one.
Wow. Is that a controversial opinion amongst Crysis fans?
It is. Crysis 2 was a weird game. It's like one of those Hollywood movies. It even had like a score made by Hans Zimmer. Yeah, Hans Zimmer composed the OST for that game. And it was super annoying because they had the same motif play every minute. It's like they paid him for only 1 minute of music. And they reused it during the entire game.
To be fair, do you know how much 1 minute of Hans Zimmer composition costs?
Yeah, exactly.
That must be where all their money went.
Yeah. And it had this cool aesthetic of like what if New York was just invaded by aliens and you're the only guy who can stop them because you've got this suit? And that's a pretty cool concept.
There you go.
Yeah, no video games take place in New York.
No, and none take place during alien invasions. This is so original and new.
I think the only game that I know that takes place in New York and has an alien invasion in it is Spider-Man Web of Shadows.
Also, technically, the Lego Avengers game.
Lego games aren't real games. They're just product
Wow.
advertisements.
I think they're real games.
I was going to say you lead with a controversial opinion of the Crysis 2 being the best, but now you got to lead with Lego games aren't real games. Tempcast episode.
I mean, argue with me as much as you want. I think they're just soulless cash grabs.
What makes them not real games? What makes a real game, Alan John?
They're like glorified Roblox games. That's what it is.
And is Roblox not a real game?
I don't know.
I'm genuinely asking. I've never played it.
Me neither. And I think I don't know. You know what's a better comparison? They're like the Lego games are like Minecraft mods. Minecraft itself, it's a game, right? Just like Lego is, right? But when you're using Legos as the foundation for your characters, for your gameplay and whatever, it's not like Star Wars Lego. It's not a Star Wars game. Yeah, it might play good. It might have fun gameplay, a funny story or whatever, but it's not a real game. At least that's my opinion. Because if you have a real game, it needs to be original, not just Lego figures.
Can we add in sound effect of dirt hitting the ground from the hole? Alan John's just digging himself here.
It's got great gameplay. It's got a great story. It's great. Awesome to play.
But
10 out of 10.
original.
Not a real game.
If you ask mom and dad, I want a Spider-Man game, and instead of getting you Spider-Man, they give you Lego Avengers. You'd be disappointed, just like with Star Wars. If you wanted Battlefront 2, say it's 2004.
It depends.
Who wants
on what they
Battlefront
get.
2?
I'm talking about 2004 Battlefront 2. The actually good one.
It depends on what they get, because the web slinging in Marvel's Avengers, the Spider-Man DLC, it is shit. Where the web slinging in Lego Marvel Superheroes is not shit. So I'd be glad to have that game if I want a Spider-Man game.
Okay, wait. Let's get back to this. Jedi Fallen Order, right? And Lego Star Wars Trilogy. Which would you consider to be more of a Star Wars game?
Probably Lego Star Wars Trilogy, because it's actually inspired by an adaptation of the films, the Star Wars Trilogy.
Exactly.
No.
Who is this OC little Jedi over here? He's not canon.
It's more in the tone of a real Star Wars game because it's built up from nothing as a Star Wars game instead of the Lego games, which are first built up as a Lego game and then Star Wars sprinkled on top.
Yes, but I think it's more of a Star Wars. It has more Star Wars content because it's literally the Star Wars content. Also,
it's literally trying to sell you Lego figures. So, yeah. What was that? Was that Sonic? What the fuck?
This would be a really good time for the soundboard to work.
It doesn't,
Mute
unfortunately.
Phone. Phone.
Sonic got uncomfortable from the arguing and just ran out.
It was specifically Lego Sonic.
Does Lego Sonic even exist? I don't think
It
that's
does.
He
The
does.
Lego Dimensions games introduced Lego Sonic, and it is the only way you can get or could get a Lego Sonic set for the longest time.
That's
it was
what
just
I'm
the minifigure
saying.
and like a car.
It's an advertisement.
And they're coming out with a really cool Green Hill one.
Yeah, I'm
But
gonna
it's being
buy that
scalped
one.
to heck. But oh well.
Okay, I'm glad we established that Lego games aren't real games. I'm glad
That's not what we established.
that's the conclusion that we reached. Okay, Eric Xander isn't here to argue with me. Maybe if he was, he would have been able to change my mind, but he's not here, so he didn't.
Yeah, well, you know what? Aren't games shown at E3?
Ooh.
Okay.
And Lego Star Wars has been at E3 for like the past 4 years.
Oh.
I know because I've played it for the last 4 years.
Okay. You know what? I consider Lego games, and yes, I called them games, but they're not games. I consider them to be in the same category as FIFA and Madden and NBA 2K. That's the type
all
of games.
real games.
They're
Yes.
not real games. They're cash grabs.
They
They're
have
soulless.
gameplay.
I don't. They have gameplay, but that doesn't make.
When
make it
is
a
the
game.
last time you played a 2K game?
Never.
Because they are fun.
2K NBA 2K. Never.
Yeah.
Never.
You're missing out. They are fun games if you like basketball.
They're fun games, but they literally have casinos in them where you spin
They
a
do.
wheel. It's like
And guess what?
what?
In Casino, they are literally games.
Oh.
That's no. It's still a cash grab. Why are you pretending that you?
It is
won this
literally
argument?
called gaming in a casino. My wife worked in a casino for like 2 years. She was a gaming
Whoa.
employee.
That's completely different. I do not consider casino game. I don't consider blackjack and Jedi Fallen Order to be the same category of entertainment.
They're not. They're different kinds of games, but they are
Exactly.
both still games.
Just like Lego Star Wars is a game, but it's a different type of game than like Death Stranding.
So it is a game. You're not saying it's not a real game. You're saying it's a different game.
It's-
That's acceptable. That's reasonable. It's still a game. My God.
The hierarchy of games, original games, non-Lego games, are way higher in terms of their artistic. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
I'm
anymore.
not disagreeing with that, but you're saying Lego games aren't real games, which they are.
Well, they're not the same as real games.
Jesus Christ.
Can we please move on to the next topic? What even is it? The Pokemon FPS. You can shoot
RCS.
Pikachu.
Let's talk about Arceus. Who cares about a Pokemon FPS? Let it be taken
I
down.
haven't even heard about this Pokemon FPS.
Destroy it, Nintendo. Destroy it so everyone can only play Arceus, because that's the only game that matters.
It's Arceus, but okay. What
No,
game
it's not.
came out on January 28th, 2022?
Pokemon 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Nice. Have you guys played Pokemon 5 yet?
No, but I played Pokemon 6.
I played Pokemon 9.
Okay,
Oh.
Pokemon 9. That's a good intro. I'm more of a Pokemon 2 guy, but okay.
Oh my gosh.
I like the Hans Zimmer score on Pokemon 2.
Dude, Danny Elfman voicing Pikachu, that was kind of weird.
He usually doesn't do voice work, which was insane, yeah.
I think the last voice work I heard from him was Jack Skellington.
Did he do that?
Yeah, he was the singing voice for Jack Skellington.
Oh, the singing one. Who was
Wow.
the talking one for? Was it Johnny Depp?
I don't know, actually. It wasn't Johnny Depp, but it was... I don't think it was Danny Elfman, but it could have been. I'm not like a Burton scholar.
Anyways, we all gathered here. Let's be honest. We don't care about gaming news or Crysis 4. We care about Pokemon. Pokey and the Mon and the little creatures. And Pokemon Legends Arceus, not Arceus, came out January 28th. We've all played it to some extent, right? What are you guys' thoughts? What do you guys think about this game?
Game of the year.
Yep.
Wow. It's barely even started, but you already think.
Yep, 28 days in, we got Game of the Year. Just pack it up, everyone else.
Yeah, just delay everything else into 2023.
Okay, well, now
Don't even care.
I played a little. I never played Pokemon Legends Arceus. That was a error that I made. I said that I did, but I never have. That was a mistake. I'm sorry, because that would be illegal.
You didn't play it on your Switch?
I saw a guy play it on Ryu Jinx, which, by the way, if you want to emulate this game, it's only emulatable on Ryu Jinx. So check out Ryu Jinx. It's now up on GitHub. If you get your stuff from GitHub, check it out. It actually runs pretty well if you actually have a competent, fast machine, like powerful, like GTX 3090, Ryzen CPU, like Jordan. And you can play it on that on 4K, and it's pretty playable. Not for me, though.
And if you are having issues finding it, go ahead and just DM Alan John on the site. He will give you the ROM files.
Yeah.
I don't know why I would have the ROM files on my computer. I don't. That's
Well, you're a GBA temp mod, so you have all the ROMs.
Yeah, You know, in the secret staff ROM section.
That's not something that exists, but maybe it does.
I think the chief editor just confirmed it exists. This is a scoop.
Yeah.
We should have Prans make a front page post about that, like ASAP, as soon as this episode publishes. Anyways, speaking of Pokemon Legends Arceus, whatever. I played a couple of minutes of it on Ryu Jinx. I loved it. I can't believe I'm saying that, but oh wait, I didn't play it. Anyways, I saw this guy play it. And it was pretty fun because you can actually catch like a Pokemon. You just lock onto it and throw a Pokeball. This is something that we've asked for like the past 20 years since the invention of 3D gaming. Like a 3D Pokemon game. It's an open world and you don't have to get into this like different scenery when you're in a fight. It's just literally open world. You throw a Pokeball. That was so fun seeing that guy playing on the emulator, playing that game. But what he couldn't understand was if the frame drops that were happening were due to like his machine not being powerful enough, or if this is just how the game runs on the Switch. So what I'd ask you guys, how does Legends Arceus run on the Switch? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it like Breath of the Wild level, or is it more closer to like Crysis Remastered?
So long as you keep the Switch in docked mode, it's totally fine. I mean, you're obviously gonna notice like frame drops when you run past and like a Rapidash spawns in, and it's gonna like take a little dip, but it doesn't really tank that hard. It's kind of just like, oh, it's the Switch. This is normal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The second you take it out of the dock and start playing,
Really?
Yeah, I only got to play for about 5 hours yesterday because I have an adult job that I needed to spend my day on, and I played about 4 hours on docked, and then just took it out to play it in bed for the last hour of my night. I didn't see any frame drops then, but I was also just catching Starlies, so I wasn't really pushing the system or the graphics.
right.
Okay.
But I was impressed with how it ran.
Krista said, it worries me. What about Switch Lite users? What are they going to do?
They're going to buy a Switch OLED and play it docked, as Arceus intended.
Yeah, it was just a really big 10,000 IQ move. You get everyone to buy the Switch Lite, and they think, oh, wow, it's so cool, it's so portable. And then you put out the Switch OLED, and then you make Arceus run like absolute trash.
That's actually worrying because I was looking into getting like a used Switch Lite because they're very cheap actually, and playing Arceus on that. But what you just said that it has poor performance in like handheld mode, that deters me like seriously because I'm not I don't like when games don't perform at 60 FPS. Or at least
Right.
30. At least 30 if it's a stable 30, like Ocarina of Time on 3DS. I can handle that. But if I'm walking past something and the game just freezes, I can't tolerate that.
To be fair, when I put in the review where I was like, oh my gosh, the handheld performance sucks, everyone was like, I played it handheld and it was totally fine. So I don't know, maybe it's something with the SD card. I don't know what would cause that for specifically me, and everyone else is saying like I didn't have any frame drops, so I don't know.
Oh, that's
and now
interesting.
Jordan saying that too.
But again, I only played about an hour on handheld, and I was just doing the low stress catching Starlies so I can get that one request done and cleared from my board. I wasn't running around and spawning Rapidashes. I was staying where the Starlies are and just hucking Pokeballs at them. Occasionally, I'd throw Cyndaquil out to kick its ass, just for a little bit of pizzazz and flavor. But no, I wasn't stressing it too hard. I'm going to play it mostly in handheld today, and I'm not expecting the same performance by any means.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't know that Krista was playing like digitally. She has a digital copy, it seems. I thought she got the physical one, like you, Jordan. And you had a funny story about that, right?
I had to go to 6 stores to find a physical copy of Arceus. This is the first time I haven't been able to find a physical game just stop one, which should be a testament to how popular this game is. So I went to Best Buy because that's where I buy all my games, because I used to have their gamer deal where they give you crazy deals, and there's no way they profited off of it, which is why it canceled. But now it's just habit to just go to Best Buy.
Right.
They didn't have any copies, despite having like 3 shelves with the labels for it. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm already in the mall. I'm going to go to GameStop. I don't expect them to have any copies, but I'm going to check because I'm already here. Go to GameStop. Sure enough, I don't see any copies. One of the workers asks, "Oh, are you picking up Arceus?" I say, "Oh no, I don't see any copies." So I'm assuming you're out. He's like, "Yeah, I mean, you should have pre-ordered." And then I nearly throat punched a man.
Oh my god.
So then I called a couple of local game shops to see if they have it before I go to the bigger box stores. They didn't have it, unfortunately, so I'm counting those as stores 2, 3, and 4. So then I went to Target. Target had none,
Wow.
and then I finally I gave up. I went to Walmart and said, okay, if it's not at Walmart, I'm buying it on the eShop because I'm not driving around all day. Walmart had 2 copies left.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
So, and fun fact, my Walmart was selling it for $50, so I actually got it a bit cheaper.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Now,
So,
Jordan, where exactly do you live? What county do you live? What city do you live?
let me just dox myself real quick. You want my social security number too? And
Your mother's maiden name?
I guess I could say that I know that you don't live like in a very populated area.
No, I live in the upper Midwest in the largest city in my state, and it's still a small as shit city.
Yeah, so having like all the copies there sold out, other than 2 left in
At
Walmart,
5 p.m. on release day.
that's like big, dude. Well, but
Yeah.
who knows? This is Nintendo. They probably had like only 100 copies for the entire state. So
Yeah, that Target probably got 1 copy, and they just were like, "All right, guys, let's go."
Bloodbath.
wow, yeah. The game is also like $60 at launch.
Mhm.
Just imagine the money they make on this. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Well,
Oof.
Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl were also $60 on launch, and this seems like it's actually worth $60 to me, as
Yeah.
opposed to a reskin of Pokemon. Not even Pokemon Platinum, because they cut all the Platinum features people liked.
Battle Frontier,
Yeah.
what's that?
More than 2 fire types. Who needs those? I did notice when I was playing, a lot of the features that I was kind of interested in and thought were cool really are just classic Pokemon features with a new skin. Like, I thought the pastures were going to be really cool, and then I went to switch Pokemon out, and it was literally just the PC.
Yeah.
Just called something different. I was
Wow.
kind of hoping to see more of my Pokemon kind of wandering and get to go up to them and all that stuff. But no, it's just the PC withdrawal. I like that potions actually mean something now, so I don't have to run back to my camp and take a short rest. I can just
You talking about
Keep
Arceus
going.
or
yes,
Yeah.
an
Okay.
Arceus.
Okay.
Yeah, because you craft Pokemon or Pokeballs and potions, and just the fact that it's not taking you out of the experience to do the battles and such, the potions actually feel more useful because it's not like I'm okay in normal Pokemon games. I don't deal with potions. I just go run back to the Pokemon Center because it's like I'm already not invested anymore because of this random encounter, but you stay invested in what you're doing because everything just happens in that overworld. It's so much faster pace.
And I would say you almost need potions more because when I play Pokemon, I'm just there on autopilot. I'm just like, okay. I'm like
Right.
watching TV, listening to a podcast. Fire blast, fire blast, fire blast. In here, I'm like, oh gosh, I gotta throw the Pokeball. Oh my gosh, this Rapidash just attacked
Yep.
me, and it's like 20 levels higher, and I'm dying. And I mentioned
Yep.
this Rapidash so many times because it killed me like 2 times. It didn't kill my Pokemon, it killed me.
Was it the Alpha Rapidash
It
that
was.
you find pretty early in the game? Because I spent 30 minutes trying to catch it, just chucking Pokeballs at it until it noticed me, and then reloading because I wanted an Alpha Rapidash
Yeah.
before the game really starts.
Jordan, before you played the game, I remember our friend sharing like info on the plot and stuff. And I remember you specifically being quite upset with the way. I think we could get into spoilers now. Like at this
Spoilers.
point,
We're recording it a day after it releases, so let's get into spoilers.
yeah, I don't care that much about a child's game plot, but it's
Yeah.
doing something interesting. So it starts off with
Interesting is a word.
it starts off like I didn't play past like the first 5 minutes, but it starts off with
You played?
my friend played for the first 5 minutes, so this is what I saw. It starts off with you getting transported back in time by Arceus. Arceus just decides to take this random 10-year-old boy or girl and just transport him back into the prehistoric era just for shits and giggles. And that's basically the main protagonist. So
Okay.
what did you think about that plot point, Jordan? Because I know you don't like time travel shenanigans.
Yeah, anything having to do with time travel. Back to the Future, more like Back to Better movies. I'm kidding. Back to the Future is one of my favorite trilogies. I thought it was a dumb idea, but when I played it, I like it. Not because of any storytelling, but because of the characters' reactions. Because Pokemon are feral and wild, and Pokeballs are new, and most people are still like they're inexperienced and they're too afraid to use them. And the professor makes note like 5 times, like, "Hey, this kid fell out of the sky and just beelined it right to a Pokemon and shoved it in the Pokeball. This kid's nuts. Let's get him on our team." Like, that to me is just funny.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with it because of the humor that came out of the writing, not because it's a solid storytelling thing or that they've got some grand plot with it. I just think the idea of a lunatic 15-year-old running up to feral beasts and shoving them in Pokeballs is humorous.
Now,
Yeah.
what I need to ask is, are the main protagonists 18?
They're 15.
15, yeah.
Fuck. No, I just saw some images on Twitter and I
Sounds like Alan John needs to go further in time.
one of the GBA temp users I follow on Twitter always likes like the most scandalous anime artwork available, and just recently they reposted some images of the main character, like the female version.
I call her Primal Dawn because
Are you
it's
serious?
Dawn.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because, like a Primal Groudon, Primal Kyogre, but it's Dawn, so...
Yeah, Primal Dawn in that image. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not saying anything.
Well, she's 15, so I hope it wasn't anything too risque.
I'm not going to detail it, but it's definitely not something I'm going to be looking at now that I know that she's 15.
He's in the midst of deleting the files on his computer.
Just clearing my cache and Twitter browsing history.
Your entire Pokemon Rule 34 folder just got nuked.
Oh, I have that, by the way, but it's none of them are. I had to put so much effort checking every single character if they're 18. I'm not joking, and it's mostly just Cynthia. She's the only adult that has this kind of artwork. That and one of the female professors. I can't remember who.
Probably the one from Sword and Shield, because she's like... Oh, no, there's a female professor in Black and White as well.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that one, no. I don't think it's that one.
Well, the one from Sword and Shield is younger.
Also...
Like, adult, but not old, not like an old adult.
Also, there's 2 characters in Sun and Moon. I don't know the names of any of these characters, by the way. I just have tons of images of them on my PC for some reason. There's 2 characters in Sun and Moon. One is the daughter and one is the mother, and they look exactly alike. And it's such a big issue. Like,
well, yeah, because the daughter is like 12.
Yeah, but they don't care. They just draw it like an adult, and then you have to figure out who is this, because they have the same hairstyle. Like, is this the mother? Is this... Moving on.
I want to see a thread on GBA temp from Alan just saying, like, guys, how old do you think this Gardevoir is?
No, that's an entire... No, I don't do that.
Well, that gets risky because you can go from egg to Gardevoir in 24 hours. So.
Oh.
Can you?
Yeah. You can hatch an egg into a Ralts and have it evolve into Gardevoir within the day.
Well, if you take a couple of evolutions, that's completely different.
How is it different? It's still a newborn.
It's still bestiality. So it doesn't even matter if it's a newborn or not. It's fucked up either way.
You're right. You are correct.
I don't do that. Like, maybe if Lopunny... anyways, moving on. Pokemon Legends Arceus. Do you guys have anything else to add? Krista, what do you think about the plot? Because we talked with Jordan about it a little bit.
Oh man, the plot is so detailed, so amazing. Really? It like comes up like 5 times. It's just like your little Arceus sugar daddy gives you a phone and it's just like, catch all the Pokemon, bye.
Is
And
that
that's
it?
basically it. Yeah, you just kind of go along with it. There's a Diamond clan and a Pearl clan, and it seems like that's kind of building something. But I'm like 30 hours or is it 30 hours since launch? I'm X amount of hours that is legal, and nothing's happened yet.
Okay, I get it. Well, it's been 24 hours since it's released. So
In our Tempcast super secret group chat, I did complain that much like Sword and Shield, there's a cutscene every 5 seconds.
And that goes away.
You said that goes away. Thank God.
Yeah.
Like there's a point in the tutorial where you literally have a cutscene, walk like 50 in-game feet, and get another cutscene. It's Pokemon used to be almost frustratingly cryptic, and now it just holds your hand, I feel like, and it's a shame. This would have been a really good game to include a I've played this before option. Just give me tutorials for the new stuff and let me figure everything else out.
well,
right.
I thought it had that playing, seeing my friend play the first 5 minutes.
It wasn't. If they have it, it's not anything that's prompted when you
Really?
start the game,
Oh,
because
okay.
I didn't get any options for that. If it's a hidden option, that's dumb, and you should prompt it at the beginning of the game.
I think there was an option for it, but it was like, do you want lots of tutorials or do you want lots and lots of tutorials when you're
okay.
catching those 3 starters at the start? It's not like less. It's like, do you want more on top? Oh boy, we have so many tutorials.
Yeah, that's what I was
And it gets
talking
really
about, yeah.
obnoxious because you'll catch Pokemon and the game will be like, great job, you did it. Would you like some tutorials on how to catch Pokemon? And I'm just like, ugh.
Look, in the very first Pokemon games, we faced a literal roadblock in the form of a hungover old man in the very first town we enter after leaving Pallet. And we figured out how to get past that without tutorials. I think I can figure this out too without being told what to do every 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like kids are playing this. Kids are playing Call of Duty.
Even if kids are playing this, kids are smarter than than Pokemon thinks they are.
I mean,
They'd be able to figure this shit out.
I'd argue with you on that notion. I don't think kids are smart. I think kids are pretty dumb.
No, kids
honestly.
are dumb, but they're
Yeah.
smarter than Pokemon thinks. Pokemon thinks they're incapable of doing anything except watching a movie.
Well, maybe this is just the North American release. Maybe the Japanese release doesn't have like that many.
God, I hope so.
Japanese release is just more like Dark Souls.
Japanese release doesn't even have any cutscenes. You just drop
Japanese
off.
release is actually a roguelite.
Oh, dude, that would be awesome. Imagine that. But I'm kind of disappointed you guys are saying that it's Game of the Year because Elden Ring isn't even out yet. So you could have waited.
Who cares?
If Elden Ring is better than Pokemon Legends Arceus, I will eat my hat.
Okay. Well, it already is because you know what? Elden Ring probably runs at 60 frames per second on PlayStation 5. So, yeah.
It's not the Switch, though. Can you play Elden Ring portably? Actually, crap, you would be able to. The Steam Deck's gonna be out by now. Steam Deck hype!
Speaking of anything else we should talk about here?
I'm just here for Arceus, really. I just saw Jordan say, like, oh, I woke up, I want to talk about Arceus, and I was just like, Arceus? Yeah, that's a great idea. I'm here for that.
Well, yeah, because I woke up as Steven was sending the recording for the lost portion of episode 73. I don't know what episode this is.
73, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, as Steven was sending his portion for the bad version, I just woke up and I'm like, oh, I know sometimes it takes a little bit to record. I'd be free if you guys aren't recording. And Steven took that as an opportunity to be like, please save this episode.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with that episode because we actually talked about a lot of stuff. We talked about the Ocarina of Time port coming to PC. Talked about what else? RetroArx, new update. We talked about Ryujinx.
And here we talked about Pokemon and a heated debate about Lego games.
Yeah, the more interesting episode. Maybe you could, like, splice some of it in and edit it so we're just, like, ignoring Steven for 90% of the episode.
Alternatively, do we have a way of knowing how many people are currently supporting the site via the patron feature? Make it a patron stretch goal.
Huh. That goal would get 0 money because I've been asking people to support the podcast on Brave. Haven't seen any new donations, really. It's kind of...
We just hype it up like it's this mystical lost episode, just so that people are furious and disappointed when they reach it, and it's just shit.
if you want a quick recap of the episode, here it is. Hey, Steven, did you hear that Crysis 4 just got announced? Oh, what do you mean? Yeah, man, it's like insane, dude. Pretty cool.
God, Newfie Jordan really needs to wake up.
Oh my god, did you just see what Eric posted again?
You mean Lawyer Jordan?
I mean, he's posting, he's trying to get a trucker's license in Canada and start a convoy. What? He's saying that Justin Trudeau will pay for his sins?
What the f***, Eric?
Eric, I don't think we're gonna have him on episode 74. Yeah.
This man needs to be locked up. Lock him up. Lock him up.
Lock him up.
Lock him up.
Lock him